What's going on, guys? Welcome to the very first episode of Scav 2 Riches. The aim of this little series here is to jump into factory as a scav, go for the extract immediately, and then run that kit as a PMC and see how far I can get, how much money I can make, how many PMCs I can kill, starting off with that scav gear. So to kick things off, we're going to jump into factory here with this scav. We actually have a TOS, which is probably one of the worst guns in the game. But yeah, it's what we've got. We've actually got a backpack and a rig though, so hopefully we can spawn in with some meds. That's probably going to be one of the major items that we are requiring straight up. Alright, so here we are in factory. Got a bandage. Looks like we got 5-round mags for our little TOS. Pretty close to the extract here, so we can get out straight away. Ooh, sounds like a little MP9 or something going off over there. And yeah, we got star slugs in our TOS. This probably couldn't get much worse, but there we go. That's our scav kit, ready to go for the first PMC raid. This is actually pretty good. We got the MBSS backpack. Actually got a packer armor there. TOS, police hat and everything. So we're just going to go ahead and chuck all that on our PMC and then jump into a raid. So the plan is to actually go onto Shoreline. So the reason why I want to hit up Shoreline is mostly for the hidden stashes. If you didn't know, the stashes are a super good way to actually make money in Tarkov. And because we're going in so lightly geared and we actually need to farm a few scavs, I'm actually going to go in at night. So the plan is going to be hang around the edges of the map, loot up some stashes, some weapon boxes and things like that. Hopefully get a better gun and something that we can actually use effectively. So we're going to go in at nighttime, as the majority of players running nighttime Shoreline are probably going to be doing the resort for key runs generally, so the rest of the map is pretty much safer at night. Obviously visibility is going to be way down, but I know the stash locations like the back of my hand, so I'm going to be alright with the loot there. So we spawned in just outside of the sunken village, and there's a few military boxes laying around near us. Get lucky and find a full durability Yuan-Ta armor and a TC 2001 helmet, but no gun, so we're stuck with the TOS for now. Some more looting around the edge of the map, hitting the village stashes and jackets. We get a P22R pistol and some loot including an East 107 key. Running through the cottages and looting the 2 safes, we get lucky with a roller and a GP coin. Now we have some loot. Space is actually starting to become a bit of an issue. It's time to head up to the bus station to try and pick off some scavs. Arriving at the bus station, there appears to be no scavs around, and a quick scout around the fence line quickly rewards me with being shot at by a suppressed rifle. I wrap around the backside of the bus station to see a dead scav and my opponent crossing the courtyard, entering the forest, unaware of my new location. Looting the scav for their weapon, we are rewarded with a 7.62 AK, and our enemy is met with shots down the hill. Slowly peeking, I see the initial shooter and take him out with a clean headshot. But now, there's another shooter. Working my way around the trees, I spot him taking cover and quickly dispatch him with 3 shots. With both enemies taken care of, it was time to loot. The initial shooter was heavily geared with NVGs, suppressed 545 AK, and good armor. Unfortunately, there was no bigger backpack available. The second shooter was lightly geared with an SKS, but still running NVGs. There was a lot to grab, and now full, it was time to leave. Moving on to the extract, we took out another scav at the weather station, looted 2 more stashes, and extracted for a raid time of 24 minutes. Loading into Shoreline, I was met with a spawn that is generally great for the resort. However, the stashes are what we are here for. Moving back to the edge of the map, the first stash, we found that it was already open. Another player had spawned here and already looted it. Not long after this discovery, there was a burst of shots towards the river from the sniper scav, and then it was met with silence. I made my way up the hill to see the sniper had been dispatched. Crossing the bridge, I noticed the weapons box inside the bunker was looted already. I was hot on the heels of another stash runner, and if I could catch up to him, I might just be able to take him out. Coming up to the next stash location, I see him. Suppressed shotgun in his hands, he was deep inside looting. I line up the shot and take him out with a single round to the head. Checking out his gear, I take his helmet, contacts, armor and shotgun. Fortunately, still no upgrade to the backpack situation. However, the shotgun he had was equipped with the Monstrum 2x optic, a worthy upgrade over the PK06 for the AK. After this little encounter, I continued looting around the map until I found jackets in the village had been searched already, and I heard shots up at the cottage. We had a good win and it was time to leave. Raid 3 starts off with guns blazing as I spawn in close to my spawn on the previous raid near the road to customs. Cresting the hill in front of me, I immediately spot a hatchet runner. I was unsure if he was taken care of or not, but I had to move as I was receiving fire from an unknown position. Rounds whizzed past my head and I retreated to the wall and decided to push towards the stashes of the sunken village. The unknown shooter was now in front of me as I heard him starting to run towards my location. Exchanging some shots, I pulled out the log grenade I found in the first raid and used the underhand toss to position it just meters in front of me for a successful grenade kill. This man was kitted with tier 4 armor and a suppressed 762 AK, buy in addition to my spare gear, and finally an upgrade to the backpack with the day pack. Moving along the edge of the map, looting all the stashes I can grab, picked up a trooper armor in the sunken village, which with the restrictions I set at the beginning of no insurance was a little disheartening with no fraud to do. I picked up a Scav back at the ammo track, but unfortunately he had an armored rig too. There was no getting around it. I needed to drop the 6B5 rig for the trooper. Continuing around the edge of the map, I pushed over to the extract with the hopes of coming across a Scav, a decent sized tank rig, so I can keep looting. Unfortunately it was empty, and that was the end of Raid 3. Spawning in down at the construction yard by the military base, we had easy access to stashes all around me. Looting a couple, I then wrapped around the cliff face and pushed up to the weather station. 2 scavs guarded the area and they were quickly dispatched. Heading inside and looting the safe was very profitable, but coming outside we were met with an unexpected development. The first airdrop of the Scav to Riches series was upon me. Judging by its direction, it was due to drop its care package between the Roads to Custom Extract and the pier, directly in our area. A very welcoming surprise. And it drops, right in front of me. And the loot was not great. It was really, really bad. But while rearranging my loot in a nearby bush, we hear footsteps approaching. A fellow PMC was coming in search of loot. With a swift shot to the back of the head, we sent him back to the lobby, taking his bigger backpack and well-modded ADAR. From here we pushed through the gas station along the road all the way to the extract, under fire from Scavs at Scav Island, and with the shots behind getting closer we pushed through to the exit on Broken Leg and the end of Raid 4. Raid 5 starts off at the base of the weather station. Pushing up to the safe, we are rewarded with a diary and a skull ring. But it doesn't take long for a shot to ring off at the power station. Working my way down to the station, we see the stash under the tank has been looted and a sniper scav has been killed. Coming closer, I can hear them inside. I hold the angle on the door, taking one of them out. So my best choice was to hold the angle, as this doorway was the only way he could get out of this station. This was a mistake, as I was quickly taken out with a 366 AP round to the eyes. And that's the end of Scav to Riches episode 1. I hope you enjoyed, and now we're going to move on to selling all the loot and seeing how much money we made. Alright guys, so this is where we're at after selling everything on the flea market. We're starting off at 18,324, just about 325,000 rubles. We're going to go ahead and collect everything from Ragman after selling it on the flea. Okay, that's a lot more than I thought. At 19,550,000, we've got a fair chunk of stuff to sell still. So obviously I'm going to keep this armored rig here. I actually quite like it. It's quite a nice little class 4 armored rig. Reminds me a lot of the Trooper. Obviously half the armor points, but let's get in and sell everything. So start off with Ragman. We'll sell everything that we've got here. Obviously a lot of these things like this armored rig here, class 4 armored rig, is worth a lot more than 28,000, so you should keep hold of things like this and use it. But that's another 191,000 rubles, so we're going to chuck on 40k for this armored rig at the end of it though. Mechanic. Sell everything. Now I grabbed all of the AP rounds out of this Colt M4, M45, sorry. Just because, well, I'm going to use that eventually, so I don't really want to be selling it for that cheap when it's $5 a round, so it's 150 US dollars there. Sell all that, and again, that's another 200 US dollars there for these AP rounds. From here, you want to sell to Therapist. Sell everything that I possibly can here. Christmas event is pretty much over. I've crafted two weapon boxes, so just going to sell the rest of them. That's another 500,000 rubles. Let's go. And then I'm going to sell this antique axe to Jaeger because he gives the best price for it. It's done. Oh, we missed a couple items for Ragman there actually. 32k there. And then Peacekeeper actually pays really well for intelligence. items like the diaries here. It's going to be 1,191 US dollars. So you can see there we finish off at 1,384 US dollars. We made over 2 million rubles. So guys, at the end of all of that, we ended up pulling a total of 2,382,570 rubles, plus the level 4 armored rig here that I'm going to keep. We've got a couple of spare bits and pieces like this grenade, some ammo and stuff, but we also managed to grab 1,384 US dollars worth, alongside these rounds here, then another 350 US dollars worth. And yeah, that was amazing Scav to riches. So really hope that you guys enjoyed this episode, and I hope to see you in the next one. If you do want to watch the next one, feel free to like the video down below and subscribe to the channel.